to another edition of Texas Local Live. I am your host, Ben Martinick, and we have Miss Adrian Johnston up here on the stage with us. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Hanging out. Beautiful, humid Texas hot weather here.
I know. It just downpoured a minute ago, so I can only imagine how steamy it is right now.
It's going to be great. Yeah,
I know.
We should all hang out there after and just sweat it up. It's going to be a fun time. So, tell us a little something about yourself. Why music? Why'd you get into this career choice, if you will?
Well, it wasn't really a career choice, to be completely honest.
It never is, right? It's always
It was one of those hobbies that just kept going.
Yeah.
I've sang my whole life on and off, and was in choir and did band and all that super nerdy stuff. And when I was in college, I kind of went back and forth between going to Belmont up in Nashville and then going to TCU in Fort Worth. And at the time, Belmont wasn't really a big school yet, and I really wanted like a football team and Greek life, and I was like, I want to experience college. And so that's why I chose TCU over Belmont and Nashville. Nice. Looking back, that probably would have been a better career choice.
Maybe.
But to each their own.
Yep. Life happens.
I would, throughout college, I would go and sing at like the local Opries on the weekends, but I wouldn't tell any of my friends because what if I was bad and then they came to see me?
Oh, God forbid, yes.
And like, that's mortifying. So I just kind of dabbled. And then when I graduated, I went to a 9-to-5 job, just like everybody else. And I was like, there's got to be something more to life than sitting in a cubicle. And so on the weekends, I kept doing the Opries, and then I learned to play guitar a little bit because really I was just a singer.
Yeah.
And then I did open mics here and there, and I would do a radio contest, and then I needed a full band, and I was like, well, I can find people, and I needed to have original songs. I started writing songs, and it literally just kind of snowballed. It was like once you started doing a couple open mics and you'd be asked to open it for somebody. And Zane Williams was great right at the beginning. Would let me come with him and Mark McKinney. And got to open for Turnpike Troubadours. And we had some really cool, like, right off the bat opportunities.
Yeah, that's great.
And I just had to, like, figure it out.
Yeah.
And I would leave work early, and I would take my paid time off to go to shows and go out on the weekends.
Sure.
And eventually was able to quit my job and do this full time. So
that's perfect.
It was an unintentional career, I guess.
Yeah. You kind of did it the hard way there at the end. Kind of learning everything. That's great, though.
I basically had 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah. And you started singing. When did you finally make the switch to full music?
So I've been doing music professionally since I've released my first EP in 2014.
Okay.
And about a year before that, I was just really upfront with all of my bosses and said, this is what I want to do long term, but I need to pay my bills. And they were all so, like, encouraging. And if you need to peace out at 3:30, don't worry about it. Like,
that's
and
cool.
I was a really hard worker.
Yeah,
I wasn't
that helps.
just like
I was gonna say,
trying to get a free day off.
Yeah.
And then I didn't actually quit my full-time job until last July.
Wow.
This
is cool.
It's cool, too, because, like, a lot of times I would be on radio tour for 2 weeks, and I would work remotely, and in between interviews, I'd be on a conference call for work, and it made it work, and nobody knew. I mean, we had a top 20 single on Texas radio, and I was still, like, punching numbers.
Still working, yeah.
Yep.
That's what it takes. You could probably be top 5, unfortunately, and still be doing that kind of stuff.
Right?
If you unfortunately, I wish it was not the case, but I think top 100 should be good to go. You should be.
You would think.
You should be.
You're not making any mailbox money off of radio, though, so that's
true. But
that's where it gets tricky.
Still, you put in the time. Top 50. We'll make it top 50.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. So cool. So that's awesome. So you've been hustling, to say the least, for a long time. What are you going to do for the 1 year of no work anniversary?
Oh, I'll probably be at a show, and I won't even realize it. It was funny because it didn't really turn. It was like it was progressive working full-time.
Right. It's not a clean-cut thing, but there's something about that day. Yeah.
That some days there will be like a Tuesday where I'm like, oh, let's go to lunch. Like, I'll call my best friend. She's like, I'm at work. I was like,
what is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, it's my weekend. I didn't realize it was a Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Monday, Tuesdays are the weekend
that's
time,
my
right?
weekend
Exactly.
now.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for coming out for your weekend on this Monday night.
No,
we
it's
appreciate
perfect.
That. Yeah.
Live right down the road, so it worked out.
Oh, very good. Yeah. Where you at?
We're out in Fort Worth.
Fort Worth. Oh, perfect.
Yep.
That's right. Well, cool. Out here at the ranch in Las Colinas, I should say, to the live crowd, as well as the online Instagram or whoever we're talking at today.
There's lots of things looking at me right now.
There's lots of things out there. Yeah,
I know.
This main one here is the big main camera, and then that little phone right there sideways is just online people.
Oh, hello,
And then-
online world.
And then we got angles.
This is a cool spot. I've never been here before. I know there's a Meat Casino around the corner that I've been to a bunch, and my girlfriends used to live out here, but I'd never been to the ranch. So this is
place
cool.
is
That might be my
amazing.
new halfway meeting spot. My parents live in Addison.
Oh, yeah,
So we
it's
always try
perfect.
to meet like Las Colinas or Grapevine.
Oh, the food here is incredible.
Is it?
The staff is awesome. Yes. Oh man, this place is amazing.
Yes.
The ambiance and
Yeah, it's cool.
the patio out here
I
is
love it.
really, really cool. We love the ranch. Thanks, ranch, for all you do
Plug.
for us. Yes, right. So, let's hear about what things are rolling this year, or maybe what things you've had going on this year of full-time music, because I'm kind of
Yeah.
curious to see what you got.
Yeah, well, as far as nobody probably even knows I was working before, and so it
Sure.
always looked like we, had singles out to the radio, and
Right.
I was probably traveling. To be honest, I might have been traveling more before.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's more of a kind of, it's more strategic.
Yeah, exactly. I
if
was
you
going to
will.
say, before you were taking whatever you could get, and you're
Exactly.
going to get it. Yeah.
Now we can be a little bit more
Sure,
picky and
you
choosy.
should.
But yeah, no, I mean we have a single out right now. Damn, I Want to Love Like That. It's a duet with Jordan Isaac,
Cool.
and he lives out in Midland now. He's kind of working in the oil and gas world.
Oh, cool.
And so we have that. We had a single before that, Adult Beverages, that was out. That I think we released. I don't know, sometime before that, right? Like
Before.
I don't know what day it is, nor
That's
when
all
we
right.
release things. So yeah, it's been busy. We've had a lot of live shows, which has been great,
Good,
and
yeah.
we've been doing a lot of grit stuff. Girls Raised in Texas. The past year, we really started that last January, so that's been a big thing. I don't know. I should have made a list. Like you forget what you've almost done.
There's no need for that. I just
Don't
like to
you?
hear what you get into. Yeah. Well, when you get full time, like you said, I think the best thing you said there was that you can be a little more picky about it. That's always
Right.
nice to hear. And again, the young artists that watch this, or anyone else that's trying to get into this a little bit more, because that's what we're created for. We want to be able to help, facilitate that through
Yeah.
the whole process until you get so big that you don't need us anymore and just
Right.
float away into the abyss of the music world. But yeah, that's one thing that you just go and get what you can get and grind
Yeah.
it out. And like you said, doing 2 jobs. This is what you got to do.
Yep. That's
Put
what
in
you
the
gotta
time. Go out and do it. You got to always be somewhere. I think we had someone come on. I'll
Right.
probably mess that up, but
Well, and
always
you
be
do.
somewhere.
Like, I don't know if this is just me, but like the more I have on my plate, the more productive I am.
Yeah.
If I know I have 8 hours in a day to do one task, I will take all day to do that one
Yeah.
task. If I know I've got 10 things to
Yeah.
do, I will get all 10 things done. But it's kind of that lollygag syndrome.
Yep.
Like, I might do the laundry today.
Yeah,
I might
yeah,
not
yeah.
watch Netflix. I don't know. And it's true. And so it's funny now having to shift into this full-time music role the last, year. I probably sent more emails while I was at my desk job for music than I do now.
right?
I don't know why. That's just how it works.
Grinding the time, yeah. Yep. And now people probably email you a little bit here and there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's when you start getting emails coming in,
Yeah.
asking you for shows, you're like, this is awesome.
That's big. Yeah, that's
You're not
definitely
like
big.
sending out like, please give me anything
Yes.
you have.
I'll take anything. You have a 5 p.m. show
Right.
on a Sunday. I'll take it. So what do you got coming up this year? Do you have anything planned out?
Well, I had big plans for 2018, and then in February I got engaged.
Oh,
And then it's been like,
congratulations.
thank you. So honestly, it's gone from music to like wedding.
Yeah.
But we're gonna hopefully right now we're still working on this single now. It's got a little bit more life left, and then we're actually working on a new single, which the question of the team right now is, do we release something that's already recorded, or do we put something new out? We've got a couple new songs in our back pocket.
Oh, okay.
And then I have never, believe it or not, never done a full-blown music video. I've
Ah.
always just done like lyric videos or
Sure.
live videos, things like that. So the kind of thought is whatever next single comes out will come with a video.
Do a video with that?
Yep.
Very cool.
And then just kind of blast it out and see what happens.
That would be awesome. That's
So
really
hopefully
good
that
stuff.
happens here in the next 6 months.
So a couple, like 2 in the next 6 months then, yeah? Or are you talking music
Hopefully
video
just
single?
one.
Just one. Okay.
I
didn't
think
know how.
one in a
results you're
wedding,
getting.
I think we're good.
And the wedding. Is the wedding going to be this year, by the way?
Yes, it's in
Oh,
November.
Very cool.
We did it quick. First off, it was like you got to schedule around festival season. You can't
Yeah.
do it in the middle of the summer because it's It's too hot. There's too many shows.
No way.
And my fiance works in the oil and gas industry, so he can we usually try to take off around the holidays anyway.
Sure.
So we're getting married the Saturday before Thanksgiving.
That's awesome.
It'll be nice and cool. We won't have to worry about shows.
There you go.
And then we'll start back off in January.
That's
our honeymoon might be Steamboat Music Fest. I don't know.
Actually, there you go. That's not a bad idea.
At this rate, we can't afford a honeymoon as much as we spent on a wedding.
That's not a bad idea right there. We can play at the wedding then.
There we go. Actually, my band's playing at the wedding.
Are they really? I was going to ask. I had to ask. Yeah.
They were so sweet. They all, my guitar players here, and they all said, they're like, hey, for your wedding gift, can we give you the band? And I was like, yes.
Please.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. And of course, then it was like, and we'd also like to give you away. I'm like, no, that's my dad's job.
Sorry. Yeah.
But they're like family, so they want to be part of the big day.
That's really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so good to hear. So now I want to kind of get into your travels around the state. Have you played elsewhere, actually, outside the state?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've actually played up in Nashville a few times.
Cool.
I kind of did the Nashville thing for a while,
yeah, that's
to be
right,
honest. I was a demo singer up there. When I was like in between like my real jobs, I consulted a little bit, and so I could work from wherever.
Yeah.
And so I was a demo singer up there. I wrote a bunch with a bunch of writers. Tried to pitch my songs. Really was trying to get a pub deal, and just kind of never stuck. Which, looking back, I was not a great writer, but I of course thought I was fabulous.
Right.
And
everybody.
And so I did Nashville a lot. I did the Bluebird and a lot of those writers rounds up there. As far as like big band stuff out of state, no, we pretty much stick close to home. We'll do acoustic stuff in Oklahoma every now and then. But yeah, more Texas.
What kind of things
based.
have you learned being out there, I guess, on the road? I'm just curious as to the scene. Usually the scene in the music circuit's pretty receptive of music for the most part, depending on where you are. But just some tips and things maybe you found to out there.
Well, you can't eat good on the road. You're not going to wash your hair, and you're going to be really tired. So whatever you can do to compensate for those
things, those three, the big keys.
Yeah, it really though, like you don't realize, like pack a cooler with good snacks, because if you're not eating well on the road, you're not going to be in good spirits and you're just gonna feel blah.
Performance, it's just not there.
Yeah, and we try to rotate sleeping in the car as much as possible. We still don't have a van. I have a Tahoe, and we pull a trailer, and that when we take the band in there, there's 6 grown men and me in a 6-seater. So you're in there.
Yeah, you're in there.
So we always try to make sure we get as much rest as possible.
Yeah.
And then like as far as the music, be consistent, and then meet your fans, because if you don't make connections with them in that small town, the next time you come through, they're not going to come back.
They won't remember, or they're not,
So, if you can stay for an extra hour after your show, or get there an hour early, which I always do an hour after. I don't like to talk a lot before I sing, just because you don't have as much time on your voice a day as people think. If you can stay an extra hour and have a drink and talk to everybody and have them sign up for your email list, that makes a huge difference.
Keep connected with them and everything, Networking.
Yeah.
It's all back to the same thing. It's just a
Networking and
different
make
style
relationships.
Of it. Yeah. That's what networking should be, is making relationships.
Right?
Just shaking hands and saying whatever.
Coming from the business world, networking, you'd go to a networking happy hour and be like, hi, nice to meet you. 4 seconds, here's a business card.
Yeah. What am I going to do with that?
Why am I going to remember you?
I'm not.
Because you were a jerk.
I'm not going to do that.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I love that this is a whole different way of networking, because you really are making relationships and friendships. And I know, like, when all of my girlfriends come through different bands, our house is always open for them to stay at in Fort Worth.
That's awesome.
And vice versa. I stay with the Rankin twins in Austin, and you have people everywhere in Texas you can stay with.
Yeah.
So it truly is like a little family.
Build a community. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's great.
Very good. So where can we find all your stuff? Give us some plugs here. Tell us about it.
AdrianJohnstonmusic.com. It got a makeover last year, so it's really nice and fresh. I'm big on Instagram lately. That's like my new thing.
IG's fun.
Yeah, at AdrianJohnston7. Twitter, I just read it. I think it's funny. I don't actually tweet very often. And then Facebook, Adrian Johnston Official.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, Adrian, we are more than thrilled to have you here tonight playing the Tuning Texas Monday. We're excited about it, and we're going to get that kicked off here in just a bit. And go get yourself another drink. I saw y'all cheersing up there earlier. And,
we were cheersing.
We're cheersing right here down at the ranch. Come down and see us if you're not here yet. If you are here, hope you can stick around, enjoy the music, and have yourself some delicious food and drink. And we'll be back for a little bit. Thanks, Adrian, for talking with us.
Thank you. I wanna make this whole Thank y'all so much.